Easy peasy. Okay, so wings. We obviously have Nepalski and Gray returning. You add Malinos, which I mean, some of these Argentinians, there's just not really video. You've got to hunt down through some of the SLAR video action from the last couple of years to really find anything. It's really difficult to get video on some of them, but looks like a very capable player from what I could tell. I don't see him as one of their, at least of the guys coming in, guys that's going to automatically just start right away. So I think there's a lot of opportunity for any of these guys to get starting minutes on the wing, which is why I also think that some of the guys that are playing fly half and center are going to be pushed out because of how much talent I think we have on the inside.
I mean, like I said, we said this at the beginning of the whole thing, which is like the backs. I've got no worries whatsoever. We're so heavy, and we were last year too. We were heavy in backs. Our forwards just weren't, just wasn't clicking up front. And, obviously excited to see Nepalski back. He was one of our most explosive scorers last year.
Oh my gosh.
And one of the guys that, on a personal note, I felt like took the struggles that the team were having, like he took them really hard. Like you'd see him when he wasn't playing, like he was upset. Like this is not what he signed up for.
Yeah.
And I think he's come back wanting to erase a lot of that. And I think he'll have the opportunity to.
He really reminds me of Mooneyham a lot. Not quite the physical specimen that Mooneyham was, but just in the, this extremely strong desire to win, hates being injured, hates not being in the game, period.
That was his thing. He hated being not dressed, man. Like he wanted to dress every single game.
I mean, you got to have plenty of those guys for sure. Aaron Gray returning. I think, between Gray, Medeiros, and there were maybe a couple other guys who were they were always out in the community talking to just coming up to us and talking to us, or going to club matches. Gray's been playing
they seem to enjoy not just being rugby players, but just being in the community.
Exactly.
Like Aaron and his girlfriend, who's like, I'll say it on here, she's a smoke show, she's a model, whatever. You'll see her, she's a smoke show, but she is like the nicest person.
Oh my gosh.
She's like so nice. Like
both of them are so nice, it's disgusting.
It's like I'm talking to her and she's eating a hot dog and she has like ketchup on her nose. And she's just like a normal, you know what I mean? Like you don't expect that when you see Aaron.
He knows, Victoria Beckham.
His girl's a smoke show. I've told him, dude, you don't expect a girl like that to be as nice as she is. And she's like super nice. He just enjoys being here. Like they're always going out bowling and they're doing this and they're doing that. And it's like for Aaron, I think he just enjoys being an athlete. Like he does the promotions, he's doing the photo shoots. He played sevens all summer, like I think he just enjoys being an athlete. And very nice dude, very well spoken. Like I have seen him with kids. He's super nice with kids. I think maybe the environment, because his mother was a single mother growing up in DC.
She'll be coming down for some of the matches as well.
His mother is like
is awesome,
craziest super fan ever. Like her son is like Michael Jordan to her. And like just good. He's just a good dude. And like I got it that this was kind of his rookie experience with everything, and he didn't get a lot of playing time.
You could tell that this was definitely a big step up for him. And I think he had some growing pains, but I think that just on his build and his skill set, it's going to be fine. I wasn't fearful for him. I think this level was it was a big step up from where he was before.
Yeah, I agree. And I think he'll make leaps and bounds this year. I think
he's got plenty of body to put more muscle on, which is good. Because I think
he's also just got a really good step to him too. He's kind of got like that Cheslin Colby kind of thing. He's undersized, And I think if he gets speed, he's going to be hard as hell to
Well,
catch.
and part of it is you've got to be on a team that can create that space.
Open
And
space,
hopefully
yes.
this team that's been
Can do
put
that.
together for this year is going to create a lot more space than last year because I
It's
the
going to be
speed was there.
scary with some of our backs, with guys like Naposki, with guys like Hayden Hill, with guys like JP, with guys like Aaron Gray. If we can create a little space,
Yes.
those guys are going to be off. It's going to be
Well,
off
you
to the
saw what happened
races.
when we did it last year against Houston. I
Yeah,
mean, whew,
they
smoking
couldn't
them.
keep up. They couldn't keep up. It was an
If
onslaught.
we could have
And
won any of our scrums or lineouts, we would have won that game. Period.
yeah,
Okay, let's finish up. We've got Michael Patrick Medina, who says he's playing fly half. I have him down as a possible fullback.
okay.
He's a young guy. He didn't play in college. He's been playing internationally though. He went over to Spain, played over there. I know his
Yeah,
dad from playing with the Quins. But a special young player. Probably a development player. But curious to see what happens with him. And then Kyle Fulton, also a development player, I think. But man, he is a different animal from what we have at wing right now. He is 6 foot, 6'1", and big and burly. He's so I don't know that wing is really his final position. I wonder if he moves into centers just because
of his
uh,
size.
his size difference and the style that I'm imagining this team's going to play with is going to be looking for more speedsters on the outside. But I could totally be wrong. But man, watching him play, he's running over the wings off opposite of him are
Yeah,
scared to tackle him.
that's what we need.
It's
That's
a
what we
big
need.
boy. He's
Yeah,
strong. And then James Biafale. Am I butchering that?
Firefly. Yeah, yeah.
Biafale. So trade for with Nola. We made quite a few cash trades. I couldn't even keep up with all of them back and forth between different clubs. But we brought him over. He's just a pure wing. He is an MLR design wing. I don't know that he's a starter, but he's gonna get minutes
Yeah, yeah.
for sure. He's younger, but he's got a lot of experience. I can't say anything that I see that's special about him, but he knows how to play at this level for sure.
He,
And then
looking on paper, he's our veteran kind of
right, he
winger at
is
this
the
point.
veteran wing for
Yeah,
sure. And then obviously Hayden Hill at fullback is the only fullback that we have listed, and Hayden even is a utility back. So really the two positions, as we've talked previously, it's really lock and fullback. And I think it'll be really interesting. We've got a few more weeks to finalize these signings. I'm getting asked regularly by people in media, where the heck is the roster? And I say, I don't know. The closest we have is what I've put up here. And even that, there's guys like Langy who I'm not convinced he's actually coming over here. So we weren't able to sign any of the players we drafted in the
dispersal draft.
expansion draft that I'm aware of. So Tom Mitchell, big question mark. Haven't heard he's been seen in camp, so he may not be coming. I wouldn't be surprised if he just goes back to sevens or something like that.
Yeah.
And then or maybe San Diego. And he's going to end up as a coach. And then Langy's the other player that I have on there. Everybody else that we drafted in that expansion draft is confirmed going somewhere else. So, what we gained through that was cash, it appears. I'm not sure what else.